Hello, world. How's everybody doing today on this lovely Thursday? It's good to see everybody in here. Who do we have? Let's see here. Hey, Ashley, Stars and Stripes. Good to see you. Jade, Georgette. Hello, my friend. Vintage, my online mother. Hazel, Jade, I see you. BFF. Let's see here. Dottie, good to see ya. Gina, Hazel. Let's see. Where am I? Frosty, good to see you, hon. Robin, it's good to see everybody in here. So today we have just a lot of random things lined up for you. But okay, we're having a special guest. Angel Talks Too Fast. She has a channel here on YouTube. And guys, mods, if you guys will drop her link in this chat, she is an invaluable, just invaluable source of information. She is 110% all facts, nothing else. Everything is based on fact, receipts, and she's just a really good person as well. But I cannot wait to talk to her about Mr. Tim, also known as the Sandman. We will be discussing him quite a bit today. And we're going to be talking just about other people around this case who, that's one of the things about this case is it seems like every person that we turn to has, they're criminals in one way or another, right? And, we're going to also discuss about the trip that Andrew and Jose and all of them took down to Tennessee. Were they really moving? Or was there something else involved? And, we shouldn't be necessarily judged on our past if our present behavior is different. But it's only when our present behavior is different and we have changed. If not, we have a pretty good, way to see, what your future is going to look like with these people. Candace is not locked up yet, that I'm aware of at least. But, that could change at any moment. So, yeah, but I did want to, we're going to talk about a lot about Tim today and just why he is involved. Why does a media manager, which is what he calls himself, why does he need to be involved in not only the Summer Wells case, but why is he making the rounds on other missing children? There has to be a motive for someone to do something. A motive, an intention, whatever you want to call it. Okay, Jade Stone, you're welcome to drop that for sure. Well, hello, Angel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. It's an honor for you to be here.
Oh, I'm glad that you're having me. I'm
So,
just so excited to talk about Timmy.
yeah,
God, that guy.
I know. Guys, please drop Angel's channel in the in the chat room, please, guys, go subscribe to Angel Talks Too Fast. You will absolutely love her. I absolutely promise. Yes, Vet Girl. Angel does rock. Actually, Vet Girl was the one who told me about Angel, and I have to say, I am so glad. So, what do you know about this guy, Tim?
Everything.
I know you do.
More than I want to, probably.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think his, I'm just going to let you fire away. What do you think is going on here? Why does, you know, people of a missing child, why do they need a media manager? I've never heard of someone having a media manager for anything other than like being like a star or a celebrity. And I don't think anything on 110 Ben Hill Road is even remotely that, you know?
I I don't know the definition of media manager per
Yeah,
Tim. Okay, I don't think he even knows, but
yeah,
I don't quite know. As I think that the spokesperson for the family should be like a family member, not
yes,
somebody they don't know. But I would
yes,
never assign like a media manager. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know
yeah,
what he's doing.
yeah. I mean, he seems to get his fingers into a lot of different avenues of things, from being a what is it? The drone operator,
Yep,
right?
the FAA commercial license drone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you know how long he has been doing that?
since 2014 at least.
Since 2014. So, okay. And that's probably around the time that drones were just starting to get really big commercially, right?
I'm not sure. I don't
Yes.
know. All I know is what I saw from him and the insane quality of video he can get from far away.
Yes, very detailed. I was watching you and it's just the crazy, the cameras on these drones are unbelievable, and you can get into really small areas even with these drones, right?
Oh yeah. And that stuff was from years ago, so I'm sure, now I can't even imagine like how quality wise it's improved since then. But I mean, even back in 2014, he could be so far up in the air, and you could see cars, and you could tell the color and the make and the model with that stuff.
Yes. I
Eh,
mean, you
yeah,
could probably read a license plate, right?
probably. Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, this guy, did you know that he was trying to be like a country western singer?
Oh yeah, I got the pleasure of listening to the Chicken Preacher
Yeah,
song.
yes.
Yeah,
In my taste of music, I mean, I like all music, but that music, I'm not sure if I'm into the Chicken Preacher.
I know, right? Is that bad? I was like, jeez.
Yeah, that one, it's a little embarrassing if
I
you ask me.
know, right?
I've actually played some of the music on here the other day. So, could you explain to our audience here, could you explain to them just how um, just how the rights that Tim has over Summer's name, Summer's photos?
Yeah,
Could you
that
just do some
legal stuff.
explaining? Yes,
Oh, good God. Okay, do my best.
you do great.
Okay,
Far
so
away.
here's how it goes. So it's not like a power of attorney thing, and it's not like a contract between Dawn and Candace, and it's not that. What it is that they give him photos and videos and content, and then he puts it on all of his platforms. So the website and all the social media, right? And then if the news media wants to run a video or wants to take the photos and run it on the TV or whatever, then he has to sign a contract to allow them to do that. So Don and Candace can't sign that. Only he can sign that because of the location of the content. Now, if there was a photo or video something on Find Some Wells, and Candace or Dawn had the same thing, the media could kind of bypass him and try to get it from them. But good luck, good luck getting around that guy.
Not
So,
a chance.
right. So he doesn't own the rights per se, but he owns the platform they exist on. So therefore, in order for the media to access stuff on the platform, he's got to sign a contract. So,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. That's pretty much how it kind of works out. And
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain the legalities behind it. It's messed up.
It is messed up. It seems like, if anybody, I mean, you went to the Dr. Phil show, right?
Oh yeah, he was like a key player in setting that whole thing up. And
Mm-hmm.
he went in there and met with like the Phil representative people. And he
Mm-hmm.
laid out a plan of action. Basically, this is what I want to happen. And right, and him and the Phil people kind of colluded together. They decided, okay, this is what's going to play out. And okay, we all saw that nightmare.
Boy,
And
was that a show.
right, and yeah, and then he was proud of what happened enough that
Oh,
he's gloating about
yes.
how he assisted Dr. Phil in ratings month or whatever. And I was like,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
originally I was like, okay, I don't like Phil for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, this guy's sketch, which he
Mm-hmm.
is. But now that I know that Tim got in there and like worked together with the Phil people to be like, okay, this is how I want things to play out. This is what I want. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what we ended up with. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why things ended up the way they did. Who knows? If he had never been involved, who knows what had been the result? My guess is it would have been different, a lot different than what
Uh,
it turned out to be.
yes. Yeah. He said that um, because of the Summerwell story, Dr. Phil basically got to be number one show again. I mean, he really thinks this in his mind that um, he's a part of that, and I don't think it's um, cool at all that anybody would boast about someone with abusing their children. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
the filth that they lived in, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else that you help them.
Yeah.
When this is a missing child. These are real people's lives. I say this all the time. Real people in
Mm-hmm.
the story. It's not, I've been to 110 Ben Hill,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very depressing place, to say the least. I think, Angel, you remember when all that Billboard stuff was going on with the photos and all of this, you know, craziness going on, you know, um, and people was saying we can't put Summer's image on anything,
Mm-hmm.
um, we have to just do like a picture or, of a little girl or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was why. It was because of Tim.
Yep, it was. He had to sign off on it.
Yeah, it would had to been.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, I was like, yeah,
Yeah, no, he
me
would
too.
have. Yep. That's why he says you can't make your own flyers, and you can't do this and the other unless you get permission from him. Right?
Yes.
It's insane.
And this is my thing. What right does a stranger have with Summer Wells?
That's the. Yeah, I've been asking that for like a week,
Yes.
if not
To me,
longer.
it's like you're not even the parents. You're not the third cousin of these people. You're not, why?
He hasn't even known him for a year. He's known him for like 8 months or something. Eh,
Yes. And it seems like this is how Tim works, in my opinion. He finds someone who knows somebody,
Yep.
and then he gets to them,
Yep.
and then he gets to the next person.
Yep.
He works his way down until he gets what he wants.
Yep. He always has to find the back door in. He
Yes.
gets the back door, and then he gets in there. I don't know how he does it,
Yes.
but yeah, he gets in there via somebody else and
It's
gains
kind
the
of like
confidence.
it's kind of like a mouse or something. They say if a mouse can fit their nose in, they can squeeze in there.
Mhm.
like through a hole or anything. That's
Mhm.
what it feels like. It feels very uh, dirty and grungy,
I know.
and it just
Gross.
feels really
It
gross
does. It
that
does.
this is going on.
Yeah,
It,
I
it's
agree. When I came upon this contract thing, I was like, okay, it's really bad, right? That he's the media manager or whatever. Okay, but now we're in a situation where if the media they want to run some video or something, that Don and Candace can't sign. They can't give permission for the media to do it. Tim Mullen gets to decide that. And apparently he doesn't even bother to talk to Don and Candace. He filters, according to quote unquote industry standards, whatever that means.
mhm,
So who knows? Who knows how much stuff didn't get distributed because he said no.
exactly. Um, yeah.
I know, right?
There's a million things that I want to say, and my head feels like it's going to explode with this case sometimes. That is exactly what Angel was just saying. The parents of Summer Wells can't even give permission of these photos because there's someone in the middle of it. And this is what I think the crutch of it is for Angel and I. Regardless of how you feel about Don and Candace, regardless, we have to take the emotional part out of it. I don't think that they know how even how messed up this part of it really is. You know what I mean, Angel?
Oh
It
yeah.
just you just don't you just feel like they don't even know what they signed, what they signed over. Why do you have to sign a non-disclosure coming up to 110 Ben Hill Road? Why are you having to download these phones?
Oh God, don't get me going on the phone. I don't
Well,
understand because he says I don't know how many times on his Facebook that he's not supposed to get involved in their personal lives. That's not his quote unquote job. But yet he gets the phone from Dawn and it
mhm.
falls into the big box. Okay. And I don't know why he decides to take it upon himself to save the photos because we picked apart the message he put up on his Facebook and he was super hyper focused on just the photos. And initially I was like, okay, he's slowly trying to cover stuff up, right? But but he then Don goes to jail, he gets the phone, and all of a sudden, all these new unseen photos end up on findsummerwells.com and all the social media stuff. And we got Tim Mullen's watermark all over things. And I'm not saying that he didn't try to cover stuff up, but okay, that he benefited. Clearly he benefited from something from that. He should not have even had if Don had given him the phone, he should have handed it to Candace. There should be no keeping it. There should be no downloading the phone. There should be none of that stuff. It's not his business. But he made it his business for what, and then he hides it. And then he hid the fact that he had it from that.
Can you talk about the phone falling in the box in the car and stuff?
He claims, right? I can tell you what he says, but I don't know. He claims that they were going into the court and well, it's all theatrical, right? Oh, they had to escort us there in case there was protesters, and they ushered us in, and that they wouldn't let us take our phones in. So Don gave me the phone, and I put our phones in the car, and the car or the phone slipped off into a quote unquote big box in his vehicle. And
Hmm.
then we had this court thing, and they had to usher him out. It was just the full courtroom, and oh God, I can't. Don's looking at here, like I could, like he's crying, and Tim's like no, and like they're escorting him out. He's like no, right? Because he says the courtroom is full. He says they got to usher me out of the. That's he usher me out of the full courtroom, and I'm like what? Usher me to my car and escort me off the property. I was like okay, and then there's nothing. And then all of a sudden he's talking about downloading the contents of the phone. Well, downloading the photos. But
Hmm.
he never provides an explanation on how he actually retrieves the phone from the quote unquote big box. He talks about how it gets in there, allegedly,
Didn't he
but
say
he
it? Didn't he say it slid in the box?
what if
Is that what he said, or am I?
he's it well, originally it was that he fell between the seats,
Oh, that's it. That's it.
but then it changed and then it fell into the big box. But yet, right? But yet he
Amazing how
never
that happens for
he
his
never
benefit, you know.
indicated. Gave any he never made any attempt to explain how he then located the phone at some point later on. We know that we know that he says it fell into the big box. And then the next thing he says is that he's got the phone connected to his computer, his personal computer. But there's no explanation as to how the phone got from the box to his computer. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't tell us how that works out. So,
Yeah, it's he says he wants to save the phone for Dawn,
mhm,
for when Dawn gets out. I have a drawer full of phones that I've either cracked, broke, they're outdated, from I need to probably recycle them, but that's why they're still in the drawer. But why couldn't Candace have just, hit it, put it in a drawer or something? Why does Tim Mullins need to not only have the phone in his possession, but why do you need this stuff off of the phone if you're just wanting to hold it for
and why not
fun?
tell Candace that you have it?
Bingo.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. You got
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I mm,
It's
mm,
a good question. Tim, why won't you? Why did what's so wrong with telling Don's wife, Candace, girlfriend, wife, I don't know, I think they're married, um, about you having the possession of the phone and that you downloaded it. Vet Girl, thank you, Vintage. We appreciate you, and thank you, True Cowgirl. She says this case is so full of mischief and manipulation. It's alarming. Another snake in the grass.
mhm,
And I would, yet someone just said Tim should explain himself, and I agree with that. I agree
mhm.
with that. It's there's so much murkiness in this entire vicinity around this case. And and where's he getting the money uh to allegedly have people come after YouTubers and all of this.
You
you know
got me.
it's I think I probably
Ah,
know,
yeah, okay.
but I won't say on
Well,
there. But
in my opinion, what should have happened is if Don gave him the phone after he got done with the court stuff, he should have handed it over to Candace. Period. He should never have taken it home. He should never downloaded the content. It should have just gone from his big box to Candace. There should be no, interim in there, and it shouldn't have gone to his house. It shouldn't have gone inside of his house, and it most certainly should never have been connected to his computer because he's not supposed to interfere with their personal lives. That was the agreement, apparently. I don't, and then to not tell her that he's got it. Okay, okay.
yes, yes. And why is he making these websites contacting all of uh people like Brandy Monkey,
Mm,
my little Michael Vaughn, why trying to weasel his way in with these people?
I
It doesn't feel wholesome, that is for sure.
yeah. I feel my opinion is that okay, he played it out that right he's got this thing. He played it out with the Wellses. And look where he is. He's in like the perfect place to control the whole thing. So
Mhm.
right, it's kind of like the practice. He's just gone his practice round. So
He's
now
found
he
a sweet
knows.
spot. He's
Yep.
found a sweet spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now he knows exactly how to play this out that he could just do it over and over and over and over. And I don't know why. Okay, I kind of know why, but I I don't have a clue why he's doing that. People he doesn't even know. This cold calling or cold emailing these people, going, "Hey, I want to be your media manager." Oh
Yes.
God.
I mean, he may think that all everyone else is like the Wells. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt it that another, God forbid, these people missing their loved ones, their children, especially young children, is going to give as much as the Wells has, as far as photos and everything. A lot of I've seen in chat and stuff, and I've heard this before. A lot of people thinks that Tim is some type of informant.
I know, I heard that too.
I don't personally believe that.
I don't either.
Um, I think, yeah, I don't think that he's an informant whatsoever.
I think he's just taking advantage and exploiting things, finding these like back doors and these loopholes to gain control over stuff. To that, like I say, like I've said, I don't think that Donna Candace realized what was happening to them. They have this guy. He's like, okay, I'm gonna make this website, try to help you guys out. Just give me some
Mhm.
pictures and some videos and whatever. I'll put it up there for you.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
see, you know,
yeah. Well, you come at the most vulnerable people, in
mm,
a vulnerable situation, right?
mm-hmm,
And you come at them and you're like, hey, just let me put these photos. I'll build a website. I'll put her name out. It sounds really good, right?
mm-hmm,
In a desperate situation, it sounds really good.
mm-hmm,
But, there is a lot of shadiness that you don't see. You
mm-hmm,
you just see, just the, oh, I just want to get her name out there.
mm-hmm.
But, I want to get her face out there. But if you wanted to get her face out there, you would have let people put her face on something, you know what I mean? If it was that important uh to him.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he won't even like let you talk to them, if you contact him and you say, okay, I want to talk to Donna Candace,
Hmm.
he'll decide whether or not he's even going to tell them that
Yes.
you're trying to talk to them.
Hmm.
And the news media contacts him for something, pictures of video. He doesn't even probably bother to tell them. He just decides, yeah, I'll give this over or I won't.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And everything, whether Tim agrees with it or not, should be ran by the Wells.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? I mean, and they are the ones that can choose whether they want something done or not because they are the parents of
Hmm.
this missing child. It's not Tim or the Sandman or what else. It is up to the Wells.
Yep, exactly.
And, I know people have tried to reach out to him recently, or reached Candace recently.
Yeah, good
You
luck.
know, yeah, and exactly, and he will not let anybody, you know, talk to them. He won't give them a message. He'll just say, "Well, I found him on Facebook," or something like that. And it's like, well, you're the end all be all. At least he thinks he is. So thank you, vet girl. Lots of red flags for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. The fact that he doesn't even bother to tell them that somebody wants to talk to them. I don't understand why he's the person who determines who gets to talk to them and who doesn't.
Yes.
My opinion, what he should be is just like a person that passes information along, and they can do whatever they want with it. But he
Right.
shouldn't be the one to say yes and no. They
Right.
should be the ones to say yes and no. So I don't know what
Yes.
he thinks he's doing. That's why I call him the gatekeeper.
Yes. Well, and my question is, why does he? There has to be an end game. He has to have something in mind for him to want to do this. The end result, always has to pay off for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some way there has to be something involved.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the rights to the photos that he could earn money? Is it a book? Is it a movie?
I totally think it's for infamy, some way or another. He wants to be famous for something.
Yes.
I don't know if he's trying to break into like quote unquote mainline media and become like
Yeah.
national something or other. What he's doing, but yeah,
I
he's
would like
definitely.
to
I
be.
don't think he's doing this just on his own free will. Because why would he control everything if he was like genuine? This makes no sense. So I think that, okay, a lot of people think about the book stuff and all that kind of business and things, but I think at larger scale, because he edits this little whatever it is, Kingsport something or So here we go. We got a situation that we can turn into. Well, it could turn into national news if he would have let it, but
Yes.
it's a way to get in to mainline. God, that bugs me. Mainstream media. What
Hmm.
a way to insert yourself into something a little large scale than Kingsport, whatever that is.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there has been a little bit of national attention on this story, but as big as it is, it should have even been bigger than like Gabby Petito, I would say, if it
Mm,
wasn't for someone in the way.
yeah, I wonder who that is.
I could think of a three-letter name. Yeah.
Because honestly, okay, honestly, it's like there's only one person that's controlling the media in and out stuff. And so if national news tries to contact them, he's going to say yes or no. The Wells
Right.
aren't probably even going to know that these people want to talk to them. But
Right.
look, so he takes them to the Phil show and he does this to them on the Phil show. And, now nobody's going to want to touch that story because he's destroyed them and their reputation, not as if not as if they haven't done that on their own, but he nationally speaking,
Yeah.
they've kind of destroyed the reputation via Phil as according to the rules that Tim Mullen made. So who's going to want to touch that on a national level?
Yes. Why is Tim M still living with his mother? I don't that's a good question. Um, I know like Marissa and has met Tim Mullen's mother, and she says she's like a very, very old and she's a very sweet lady. And she said, and Marissa said this, she has not a clue what's going on. She's like, she has not a clue. But yeah, it's interesting, he's like a 60-some-year-old man living with a nearly 90-year-old woman, it's his mother. It's kind of gross, but
That's probably why he has the funds to do this because he doesn't have any living expenses.
yeah, but I also think there was in my opinion, there was someone behind him
Hmm.
who funded a lot of his endeavors.
Hmm.
But I don't think he is no longer around.
Yep.
And I think, in my opinion, that's why a lot of things have changed recently. There's not as many people on his payroll.
Yeah.
Did he, Vet Girl, so did he join Bucky Networking, LOL, Executive Computer Networking guy from Boston, Executive Computer. Uh, Bucky. Oh, isn't that the website or something, Bucky? What was that? That's a joke. I know that. Has to be. Has Tim Mullins connected himself to another child tragedy before Summer's case? Could him asking Monkey's mother for authorization be a way of distracting himself from things brought to light? I don't know. Tim is actually his own grandpa. These people, that's funny. That's funny. It's I don't know. Like he just needs to. I finally feel like the wheels on this train are starting to fall off though. Do you feel that way?
For him,
For him, yeah.
oh yeah, because you know the more he keeps babbling on all of his social media and whatever, the more beans that he's spilling about what he's doing.
Yes.
And he thinks we're all super stupid and that he's 10 times smarter than we all are. But see, you put all the little bits and pieces into one thing, and then you could see exactly what he's doing. It doesn't, it's not a big leap to put two and two together. He's putting it out there. It's just, it's above and beyond just maintaining the website. No, no, it's far beyond that at this point.
Yeah. And I heard once that in the beginning that he wanted the tips to go through to funnel through the website,
I heard that too.
and that he would sort out what would be that he should tell TBI, Hawkins County
Yeah,
Police, and that,
he
and
did.
but I think,
He did have that. That
yeah,
he did have that on the website for the longest time. And then I made a video pointing that out. And then like the day after that, all of a sudden there's a Facebook post. Call TBI, right? Here's the TBI. And all the links and stuff on the Summer Wells website went away to tell him the tips. It's gone. And it went out and I'm like, mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I say don't I don't support that website. I do not do that. That's
yes,
don't ever send him tips. Don't do it.
guys, I'm telling you, if you, in my opinion, support that, it to me, it's not even so much like, just call the authorities, call the TBI if you have a tip to submit, or if you know something, call the Hawkins County Police, anything like that. But anything, in my opinion, affiliated with that website has him written all over it.
Hmm. He controls all that, the whole thing. Anything that goes into there goes to him first. He's the first point of contact, no matter where you're at in there. Yep.
Yes. Yes. So if you're just joining us, we have Angel Talks Too Fast. She is a channel here on YouTube, and we are dropping her link in the chat. Please, please go sub to her. You will learn so much. She is incredibly brilliant. She breaks everything down, and she's just a joy, really, in my
Oh,
opinion. She
thanks.
really is. I mean, I enjoy her channel tremendously. It's she's got it down to an art. She does another case that I am absolutely fascinated on. I hope to talk about it with her sometimes, as the Crystal
Mm,
Rogers case, and um, that's another one that's fascinated me as well.
Yeah, I got documentation and video surveillance all up and got everywhere. You should see my notes.
Yeah, yeah. The notes can pile up fast, can't they?
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
still old school. Like, I don't write them on my computer at all.
No.
Like, I have to have a pen and paper.
Yep, I use pencil paper. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't write stuff on my computer either.
yeah. I just don't feel like I connect with the information as much on my
Yeah.
computer as I do on my paper. I don't. It's weird,
Yeah.
but maybe it's just,
Maybe we're just too old.
yeah. Maybe that's it. I think that's it. So, oops. I think the I'm blinding people. Maybe I should turn my camera off for a minute. Or close my blinds. But yeah, it's let me see, Angel sent me over
Nice, silly.
are scattered across the country.
I know, right? God, I got piles and piles. Yeah, I sent my all my subs the link to come in here.
Yes. If Summer's reward fund is $78,000 and Candace made more than the reward fund, why would all these people still be interested in? I'll be the first to tell you, I don't think Candace made $90,000. I mean, I don't know how much she made or anything like that, but there was rumor, which there's obviously a lot of rumor in this case, and just outlandish things, in my opinion, on some things. But I don't think that she ever made. I don't think she ever had $90,000 in her account in her life. That's just me. I mean, what do you think, Angel?
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. I
We'll know in like a year or two if the IRS shows up at their door.
yeah, yes. Um, yes. Yeah, I mean, I think that, there's savers and then there's spenders. And there's frugal people and there's non-frugal people, right? But I think they are the type that just spends it as fast as it comes, no matter the amount.
Hmm.
If they have it, they have to burn it. Literally up. But that's another story.
Yeah.
Um yeah, when do you know when summer's reward money, when that ends?
Oh, I I can't. July maybe.
Yeah, I
I
was thinking
think.
it was June or July. I
Yeah,
wasn't
June or
sure.
July.
Um I feel like Summer's reward is useless. The State Department of Children's Services is going to get that money.
Hmm.
That's yeah. I don't think that. Oh God, it slipped my mind. Who has the reward money right now? The
The no, dang it.
yeah.
Churchill. Somebody
Yeah,
doesn't Churchill's.
Churchill. Yeah, Churchill Rescue something, right? June 15th, ICU says. That's when it
So 1 year since she goes missing. Then
yes.
they're done.
Yes. And you see, it would have been gone a lot longer than that, but there was a lot of pressure for them to extend it. So they did extend it. Um and so they have extended it to June 15th. In my opinion, that should go to the boys.
Like in a trust or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Put
Mhm.
it for their college, and or when they're 25 or something, they can,
Yeah.
you know, spend it then and do something with it. But, hopefully they have a good, successful life ahead of them.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Civic Bank, Muscles and Mascara, I think Civic Bank, I guess that's the bank that it's in. Or, I don't, it's very confusing. The church is not part of the TBI. Yes. Did somebody say this? I think that the church was part of the TBI. Yeah. Um, so, do you, is there anything that you would like to, was there anything else that you would like to talk about with regarding Mr. Mullins?
Timmy.
Yes.
What else is there to say? I mean, you know what I mean? Like what he's doing. Okay, okay, he's shade. Okay, there's so much shade going on there. But what he's doing, in my opinion, is so beyond inappropriate.
Yes.
It's not illegal, but I feel like it should be.
Yes.
I feel like
It's immoral.
it is big time, big time.
Yeah.
He's zero integrity, and
Yes.
if his goal is to, oh God, I hate that, restoration of the wells. I hate that word. I hate it.
I love when you
Rest,
say that.
I,
You are so cute.
restoration. Like that's what he says. That's his thing. He says restoration of the Wells family. Then why is he doing what he's doing? Why isn't he? You would think, okay, so he sits around and he waits for people to contact him, and then he decides. But see, why doesn't he go and talk to the media all the time? Why is he not like constantly contacting local, at national, and statewide
Exactly.
news people and be like, hey, here's the stuff, take the stuff and run
Yes.
this, rather than sitting around and waiting and then just telling people no.
That's all he does. Yeah, he's just the gatekeeper that says, "No, you can't come in."
Hmm.
That's it. It's uh he's not doing anything to get her name out.
Yep.
Um, you know, uh, and as in my opinion, if he like I feel like he literally went into the Dr. Phil show and he said, "You're going to do this, this, and this, or you're not getting him."
Yep. That's
You
pretty
know,
much that. Yeah.
And I
because he
feel, yes, go ahead.
strict. I think he said it was strict rules and I think regulation, strict rules and guidelines. I think is the words. I think that's the verbiage. That he presented these strict rules and guidelines to the Phil staff, and then I'm gonna say they colluded. I think that they colluded together because right? This guy knows nothing. I'm sorry, but he knows nothing about national anything. In my opinion, Tim knows nothing about how that stuff works. So he goes in, he thinks he's knowing stuff, and he's telling them, okay, this is what I want to happen during the show. And so, of course the Phil people are like, oh, all right, awesome. That's exactly what they wanted. So we had this going on for 2 days, and then he's excited. And I went back a couple days ago. I've rewatched that the whole day 1 and 2, and they never ever made it about summer ever. The title of day 2 was "What Do the Parents Know?" That was the title of part 2.
Yeah.
What do the parents know? And I'm like, what? Okay. So he's going there as the media manager. Well, no, he wasn't the media manager at the time. He was the something else. He doesn't define himself. So he was some level above media manager, and and he thought that this was successful in getting Summer's name out.
Mhm. It really, for me, it changed the way that I see, for me personally, it changed the way that I see the show because I'm like, if they did the story like this, are the other ones actually, are we really getting all of the story? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or is other, people, you know, in there and they're saying, well, you, I'm not coming on if you show this or you talk about this, or and you're not getting the full story.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, he didn't even like, I don't even think that I don't remember if he even brought up any law enforcement people or pulled any kind of like footage for just like factual news footage from the area. Or if he did, he didn't stress it. It was all about Dawn and Candace and behavior piano. That was the totality of what that we got to see.
Yes. What tips and info has he held? No one knows, in my opinion.
No,
Yeah,
we have
exactly.
no clue.
Exactly. And to be honest, if Don and Candace, or just a single one of them, or, or anybody really, are found guilty in this of having something to do with Summer, I mean, the defense is going to have a field day, with some of these characters. What, you downloaded the phone? You know,
Mm,
uh, why did you download the phone? Why did you have this? Why was it not, why did you not contact us? Why did you not turn it in? Just different things around this, and it can really, really damage a case,
mm-hmm.
really damage. And more than anything, um, everybody wants justice for Summer, right?
Oh yeah,
And that's what it's
definitely.
about. It's about finding justice. And if someone was involved, or someone's was involved in this, then you want to hold them accountable to the fullest extent of the law. But
Hmm.
when people get their hands on things, contaminate things, or it really, really, it's thrown out.
Yep.
There's cases where there's big evidence that is almost a slam dunk, but the evidence has been tainted or whatever, and you can't, they have to throw it out, and then they're found not guilty because of someone screwed with it.
They need to go confiscate his computer. That's what
Yeah,
they need to do. They need to go get it like ASAP
pronto.
and analyze whatever it is he did on his because right it's his personal computer, and he took information off of Don's phone and put it on his personal computer. Now he's involved himself beyond this media manager thing. Now he's involved because he's got content off of a cell phone that who knows what was on there. But the law enforcement needs to get a warrant. They need to go get that. They need to go get that computer like immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm surprised that they haven't already, you know.
They haven't even talked to Tim Mullen,
Wow.
right? I know.
Mm. I mean, you think that would be the first, that would be on their, top of the list,
Hmm.
to talk to the gatekeeper, right?
Oh yeah, but I
Uh,
guess they didn't, and I don't. I mean, okay, so we got this guy who's inserted himself in the narrative, controls everything now, and the TBI. I email them like every day with all my stuff, and if they don't go bother to talk to this guy because why? I mean, he knows the information coming in, he knows the information going out. Now he's got digital something or other on his personal computer, but yet they don't go talk to him because why?
exactly. Exactly. Vet Girl says no press conference with family and law enforcement, no search charity events. Family is not searching with their media persons. Makes you ask why.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Saint Mo. Appreciate you, dear. And also another thing about, you know, Tim is why is this guy, why is he, when there is like a search event, why is he the one handing out the water, and the drinks and everything else? It makes you wonder if he's kind of wanting to find out information, right?
Oh, I believe that hands down. I
Exactly.
I believe that hands down. I mean, he spent 37 minutes sitting down the road, parked down the road, watching the roadblock on the
Yes.
22nd of June, just sitting there for 37 minutes, and then
Yes.
magically the roadblock disappears, as if why? Okay, he goes there. He's got a press pass. The thing on the side of his vehicle says that he's a press person, but yet he goes. He parks on the Simpson loops.
The Simpson loops.
Which is a singular loop. I don't know. But and he sits there for 37 minutes. He takes photos of that one little area.
Yeah.
Eh,
Uh, KT says, I'm interested in a background check. He seems to be a mystery still.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's so everybody's got something. Everybody's got something. And it's like this guy's got nothing. Nobody can find anything about this guy. And that in itself bothers me a whole
Tremendous.
lot. Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
fact that he has nothing on
You,
him.
when you can't find a parking ticket,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it makes
Yeah.
you, he's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, has he, you know, why?
Got me. I've never come upon a person in my entire life that doesn't have something in their background, in their history, that doesn't have something on them. I I can't believe that this guy's got nothing. There's nothing on this guy. It's like he did never exist for like decades, and all of a sudden he's like showing up. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's got eBay in his middle name. I always wonder why has he got eBay in his middle name?
Who knows?
Why eBay? Uh, It's like
That didn't even exist when he was
ex-
born. That didn't even exist.
exactly. There's
Is there
there's a lot of aliases
is
for
there a
sure.
definition? Is there like a definition for eBay?
I've heard of e-begging, but not you know.
Maybe he legally changed his name for some reason. I don't know. But
No,
I just
no.
there's no way. There's no way that a person can be on this planet for 60 years and not have something on them.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably expunged anyway, somehow he's got his hands in there as well. Justin, did you hear Tim talking about how important the Wells property is and what a historical landmark is? And Don's mom, and right then he realized what he was saying and he just stopped talking. What,
Hmm.
I mean, is there something I'm missing? Like, is there historical value there? I
You
mean,
know him and
seriously,
his history lessons.
I mean, I've been to 110 Ben Hill and I've been on Ben Hill Road and like,
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that property means something and he's trying to get it. Maybe
well,
that,
they are behind on their property taxes.
yeah. But yet they're paying $700 a month for a vehicle.
Mhm. No, it's
Mhm.
paid off now.
Oh, the red, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah. And I would like to know how
Y-
they did that.
Oh, yeah, I would like to know that as well.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's probably a little thing called Mexico, a trip to Mexico or two. But
um, yeah, no, I don't know. I have this countless number of concerns about Tim, but definitely right up there. One of them that ranks right up there is how squeaky clean this guy is. I
yes,
I can't. It blows my mind that okay. So if he was like 20, okay, that'd be one thing. Okay, he's like 60 or something. Nobody lives on Earth for 60 years and has nothing. There's
right,
no historical anything about them. That
right.
just can't happen. It just can't be that way.
And it's not even a parking ticket.
Nothing. You can't
Yeah,
find anything on this guy. Nothing.
right, right. Like I have no criminal anything on me, but I have a lot of speeding tickets. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's like
so
he fell out of the sky. It's like he fell out of the sky out of nowhere
yes.
in the last couple of years. And where was he before that? I don't know. Doing drones, I guess he was doing drones.
I suppose if one to belong to the Tiny Dancer says it once belonged to the Goads. One
Yep.
of Kim's names is yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Maybe it
interesting.
has that's a point. Maybe it goes back in his family. You know what I mean? They had it, 80 years ago or something, 100 years. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I figure he's probably into the family tree stuff. He just
But
catches
he's
them.
never been there, remember? He's not familiar with that area. And da, da, da.
But this is the thing. Wasn't he obviously? I'll be the first. I mean, I don't think Tim, had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. I don't think that, my personally. But wasn't he around the area, like with the church or Boy Scouts or something?
He
A
was
few-
he was taking photos and stuff for like realty all around there with his drone stuff and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like he's not familiar with the area. I mean,
Was this before Summer went missing?
yeah, but not. I mean, it was. It wasn't like 20 years ago. I mean, it was like, but then added a couple years maybe before that.
And he has photos of every single inch of that property, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, all the ways in and all the ways out. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Yeah.
can't.
And why?
For
Why?
himself, he said he got them. He said he went and took photos for himself.
Okay.
I know, right? But
I
then
mean,
then the other time that we went there, so there was one occasion in which we went there to get some photos and a feel for the terrain.
right.
But then he also went there by himself. Oh, I'm sorry. He only went there one time. Okay.
So you have been to Ben Hill?
Me no.
Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha. I thought
But
you said
see, but see, He in his journeys, sometimes he'll say I went there, and then sometimes he'll say that we went there, and I pointed it out. And initially, he told me it was because everybody in the area, that's a normal thing, that people that live in the area interchangeably use I and we when they speak about themselves. That's a normal thing. And I checked, and I haven't found a single person that agrees with that. And so then he changed it now. And now he says that he uses the word we because he had this dog that used to be in with him all the time, and the dog died on Christmas. And then he's so used to saying we in reference to his dog. And I was like, okay, whatever.
So kind of like it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the
Yeah,
hose again.
yes, exactly. For serious, yeah, yeah. It's so disturbing. I can't.
Um, I am as Appalachian as it comes. Was born and raised in West Virginia, and I will be the first to tell you we do not use I and we interchangeably. So
Nobody does that I
thank
can
you, Percy.
find.
Appreciate you, my dear.
Yeah,
So
so yeah, he okay, it was just like, yeah, right. I didn't buy it from the get-go, but okay. Yeah, so if you listen to his stuff, you gotta really kind of pay attention. But he'll flip up once in a while, and he'll say, "We did this," and then he'll go back to the "I did that." So I think in like I think in the last journey video, he actually puts in some text over top of it that says something like that this I we thing occurred when he was like in elementary school, and I don't even know. But
mhm.
well, of course, it wasn't until I said something that things started to. God. He seems to have an answer for everything,
Do you know
even
if
though
he's has he ever been married?
people say that, but I can't find that.
Uh-huh. And I mean, he seems to be very proud of where he lives. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he's from what I gather, he seems to be extremely proud of the area that he lives. Very nice people in the area. Don't get me wrong, but he has to be. He had to grow up there.
hmm
You would think so.
He says that he's from there, that's where he was born and raised.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I read that, or it was in one of his videos. I can't remember. That was like yesterday I found that. So it's
He
not as though
read.
he's like new there. He's been there forever.
Yeah.
So
The property has something to do with this case. The house belongs to whom before Don owned it. It belonged to his mother, but she was married into that family. Are these people related to the source, which is the house, in my opinion? No, I think it's no, sorry, it's a kid. Um I just don't he maybe Tim is related to, like I said, someone in the family that that may have owned the property at one time or something, but I don't know. I don't even know if he has kids.
I was what it was explained to me at one point that that Don's mom married into the Goad family, and
That's
that was their property. And I guess that whoever the Goad family was really upset that it got left to the Wellses, and that the Goads got 86th from that land. But I don't know if that's true. That was just sort of some rumors going around.
how I
But
can see that. I mean,
but yeah, I can completely see that because that's a lot of property.
mm,
And it's so because there was a moving of the house, and it changed the address and all that stuff. But it's my understanding that it's a that it was the sore spot, that when the mom died,
mhm.
and left everything to Dawn, is that the Goads were angry about it because she married in there, and they're not like Dawn. He's not, that's not his bloodline.
Right.
So I don't know if that's true as far as like the the anger over land, but that's kind of a thing, like small
Yeah.
towns when you've got that kind of property stuff going on. So I don't exactly know, if that could be a motive behind what's going on. But a lot of people have told me this, that there's something about some sort of, I don't want to say like hatred or something, but there's animosity apparently on behalf of the Goads, and this feeling of how come this guy got the property. But I don't know who initially owned the land. I don't know if like the I don't know his name, the Goad, the man. I don't know if
Hmm.
he owned it and then Dawn's mom moved it into there and then gives it to Dawn. I
Hmm.
don't know who like originally resided there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that would be interesting. I mean, because Don and Candace, their bloodline is not from Tennessee.
Yeah. Hmm.
They're from I guess
Candace
Wisconsin,
is, yeah.
Utah,
Well,
right? Yeah,
Candace was born in Texas, but
that,
she was
that's
only
right.
there for like a second. But yeah, and then in Utah, I guess I don't know. But yeah, no, I've been trying to figure out, and I kind of forgotten, but I was trying to figure out who actually owned that property initially, because
Okay.
I don't know if it was his mom and then the Goad. I wish I could. I think William, is that right? I don't, the man, the
Hmm.
husband. I don't know if he then moved to the property with her or if he owned it and she moved to the property with him. Because if it was that situation, then I can understandably see why the Goad family would be kind of angry that that this property is originally owned by their family and now it's owned by the Wellses.
I think that is the case.
Yeah.
I don't know that 100%, of course, but um, I know that I think he died first, and
Yeah.
then Don's mom,
Yes.
and then she left it to Don, and I think
Yes.
that's just more or less, and they're, maybe a little sore about the Wells having it because, yeah, it's particularly in the southern, part of the United States, property is in families' names for generations,
Mm-hmm.
generations,
Yep.
and that's how it was and is in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandfather owned 500 acres, and they had 7 kids, and it was all split,
Yep.
and it's the way it still is.
Yep.
But now it's kind of, I think that's finally starting to change,
Mm-hmm.
because people don't really need that much property anymore unless you're like a farmer or something, I guess.
Yeah, but still, if it is true that that was like Goad property for like ever, and Hugh and the mom, and then the mom, passes away, and all of a sudden now it's the Wellses' property, I'd be
Yes.
pretty angry too if that if it was like a long-standing property with the Goad family, and now all of a sudden it basically kind of got taken away from them on kind of like a technicality in a
Yeah.
way, I'd be pretty mad too.
Yeah.
But I did hear rumors that Tim was somehow, I don't know, involved in the Goad thing. I don't know. So maybe that, I don't know. All I know is he needs to get out of there.
Don's mother was born in Utah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder, I don't know when Don's mom and dad split up. It's hard to tell. Someone was saying, pull up appraisal on the piece of land, you would be shocked. Yeah, it's I think I've looked at it because the taxes, if I'm pretty sure that they are behind. That girl says his stepdad was a goat. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I say I think that family is the one that owned it to begin with.
Yeah.
And then um, the timing of things where the stepdad passed away first and then the mom goes second, and then nothing is distributed to the Goad family. Everything just
Right.
goes to Dawn.
I think what would have been ideal for the Goad family is once that Don's mother died, that they would just have sold the property to them. I think that's probably what they were hoping for, but you
But
get Candace.
if the stepdad left all of his stuff to Don's mom, like all of his stuff, if he willed it all to the mom, Don's mom, then there's nothing they could do because then it's all property of the mom, Don's mom, to do whatever she wants with it.
Oh, Grammy says they're paid as of February this year. Okay, maybe they weren't paid when I looked at it last time. It's hard to correct. It was the Goad property,
Mm-hmm.
and when stepdad passed away, the wife left it to Don, and he refused to sell back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I
Okay.
hear that's quite a big deal. And that's been quite a big deal for a really long time.
Yeah, it seems like all in that area, there's been a very heated thing when it comes to the property because Don and Candace said that even when before Summer had went missing, that there the neighbors were kind of fighting because they sold someone, I guess it was Don or somebody, that sold that parcel of land, um and it was was it Jackie Dobbs that had that, or
Um, oh my God, I have like 1,000 pictures of that too.
oh, I know. We there's so much information. You just can't even. I start getting it mixed up, and then I feel
I
bad.
know.
Was it? Come on, Chad, help me out here. Was it?
It, it was like 2.28 acres or something
Yeah,
with no building. It's just
yeah.
land.
It was just land. Exactly. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It was Jackie. Okay. And I think there was issues with uh Jody Sue and
Yeah.
Jackie, and they were fighting with all the Jackie Dobbs. Yes. Yeah. And she had said that they had paid too much and all of that stuff. So, a lot of people don't like the property being broken up and having, more people come into the holler, so to
I don't
say.
know why you would want to move there.
I'm telling you, like, there's one way in and one way out,
Mm.
and it is literally a holler. There is hills on both sides, and probably the sunlight touches some parts of the hollow maybe 2 hours a day in the wintertime. I mean, honestly, it's horrible. But Don and Candace, they probably have the best piece of property on that whole road
Oh yeah,
because
it
at
sits
least
way
it's
up
up on the
there.
hill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everything else is just like down next to the creeks and stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy. But
I know.
Angel, I really appreciate you
Yeah.
coming
Sure.
on and really talking more about Tim, uh, and just, you know, we've
How
got,
messed up it is.
it is messed up. It is very messed up. And nobody should have these rights that, that the parents can't even have their say so in certain aspects.
I agree.
It's
I
wrong.
agree. I know. And there's nothing that can be done. Well, okay. The only thing that can be done is the content be taken away from him.
Right.
But
Right.
none of us can do that because
Right.
if he has no content, then there's no contracts to sign.
Exactly.
That's the only fix. But
Yes.
that's on Donna Candace to do. And mm,
But the thing about it is they don't know. They don't even know that they can do this.
I know. I've been trying like desperately to try to tell someone and get it out there because I feel like people got to know this. People already okay. It's already like a. I feel like it's safe to say that almost everyone thinks he's shady to begin with. but
Yes.
you multiply, it gets amplified a billion times when you consider this contract business. And I don't know why it was been there. It's been, that all that information has been sitting there for I don't know how long. And I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't realize it until now. But I feel like that needs to get known. People need to know this, that he filters stuff. He doesn't tell. Okay, he clearly does not pass along information, and and he's the contract person. He's signing the contracts with the media, and I feel like that needs to get out there so people know that what's not getting sent out to people, what's not being put out to the media. That's
Well, and not only for them, it's good to know for us as individuals as well,
yeah,
about our, everyone's pictures, their photos, their content, whatever, it's, um, we can all be educated in that
yeah, yep,
for sure.
exactly.
Justice, I bet you could get him to with an interview with you. Asked him, you think, uh,
Good luck.
public invite, Tim. You are welcome to come on the show. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, Cinnamon, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you. You are very, very kind. Love you, dear. Appreciate it. Um, guys, please, 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 please go sub to Angels Talks Too Fast. You will, I mean, honestly, it is a wealth of information. She is just invaluable to this community. She just keeps it real, keeps the receipts, and shows and explains very meticulous how things are done. Um, and she
Yep,
gives her opinion as well, to an extent, but she doesn't want to. I don't think Angel. I think she's, she in most things. I don't think you want to ever sway anybody.
no,
You just want to show what is out there and let the audience make up their mind,
yeah.
which
I mean,
which
I do. I
I
went to
appreciate
school
too.
for like behavior analysis. That's what I do. That's my thing.
Right.
That's my
Yeah.
lane. And I stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Part of being a social scientist is that you don't go into it with the bias. I could
Yes.
feel a particular way about Donna Candace, but that
Yes.
doesn't matter. What matters is like looking at something and being okay. Here's this and this and this, and I refuse to do the drama, and I refuse to put stuff up unless I can prove it or verify it in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. Otherwise, it doesn't belong on my channel. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
So that's how things run over there
Yeah.
for a reason.
I appreciate you for that tremendously because, it's everything doesn't have to be a feeling. I
Hmm.
mean, we get all emotional, of course, because this is a child and this is a child's case. But even Don and Candace have certain rights. You know what I mean? That's, just because they have done, allegedly one thing or another, right, doesn't mean
Mm.
that, they can't be wronged also. You know,
Yeah,
we for if you want justice, you have to want it for everyone.
yeah, exactly. And
100%.
if you go into something super biased, right, then and you're putting like someone puts up content that is really not benefiting anybody, then it's not helping. You're not helping to Summer. You're not helping Summer if all you're doing
Exactly.
is spending 4 or 5 hours gossiping and running phone calls and whatever else that you're doing. Then
Right.
there's you know what I mean? It's like why don't you do something constructive
I
and point
totally get
out
what you
yeah
mean. Yes.
point out the things that are causing problems, i.e. Tim, because I believe I okay at this point I believe 100% that he's interfering
Yeah.
with the searching and things,
Yes.
and so that kind of stuff is the stuff that should be talked about. All the other kind of stuff is just kind of you know babbling, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
call it fluff.
Yeah.
Fluff.
Fluff.
Yeah. Well, unnecessary stuff. Just kind of, a
Yeah.
waste of time. So
Yes.
anyway, I'm going to pop down and I'll be in your chat.
All
And
right. Well,
All right.
thank
Well, thanks for having me up. And I'm so glad you come and hang out with me sometimes.
Oh, I love hanging out with you. Love it. You're such a joy. You really are. And I do want to talk to you about um,
The
another
pistol?
case. Yeah, Crystal, you're doing
Yeah.
stuff. And
I'm getting to know that one inside and out. I tell you what.
yeah, I don't know it near as well as you do, but I would like to know more. And that one it's one of the cases that fascinates me. And this poor family deserves
Oh, God.
justice. Crystal deserves justice.
I agree.
And there is a lot of shady characters in that one, in my opinion, as well.
That's putting it lightly. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. All right.
right.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Angel.
All
Appreciate it.
right. Bye
All right.
bye.
All right, guys. So, yes, that is Angel Talks Too Fast. You will love her. She will literally show every single document that she is talking about generally, and it's really refreshing. We have to really embrace facts in this. And I think that the reason this case has just went haywire is because, again, there's been so many criminals around this entire case. um it's been crazy, to say the least. I did want to update you guys on, not update, I wanted to tell you guys about a case out of Florida. um yes, thank you, Angel. And if we could, I'm just going to run by it really quick. It's time for a one-on-one. Thank you. Yes, guys, if you guys will hit that thumbs up, or thumbs down, if you don't, it's still an engagement. I appreciate it. Um, I appreciate it. And Kathy, you're welcome to take a link, and if you would like to talk to us about what we're lying about, I will be more than happy to give you an opportunity to explain yourself, of what you think the facts that we are um, talking about. You know, you're very welcome to come up. So thank you, Sully. Good to see you in here. But I do want to run this case by you because it's just another tragedy with um, there we go. Okay. Mods, if we see anything that is disrespectful, please tell them to be kind, and then time them out. And then if that doesn't work, then you know what to do. There's always a classy way to ask something without being rude. I absolutely don't want anybody to necessarily agree with everything that I'm saying. Um, but you can say I respectfully disagree, or you can say I disagree, or whatever. But um, you're not going to be disrespectful about it when we have uh, hundreds in here um, who are just jewels to me, at least. They're just amazing people who really care about this case. So this is a Florida mother arrested after two young children found dead and tied up on a bed. This is coming out of Miami. A 41-year-old mother was recently arrested after her two young children were found dead in their home. according to WPGL TV. On the evening of Tuesday, April 12th, officers of the Miami-Dade Police Department responding to the home at the 100 block of Northeast 75th Street of Odate and Joe Saint called and hung up on the 911 repeatedly. At the scene, Miami police officers Michael Vegas told WPLG they found a female who appeared to be irate or going through some crisis. Joe Saint reportedly told officers, quote, "Come get them. I don't want them anymore," end quote. Police officers told WPGL Joe Saint appeared to be hallucinating. According to WFOR TV, officers located two unresponsive children laying in the bed, 3-year-old Jeffrey and 5-year-old Laura. They reportedly had their arms, legs, and necks tied. The children were pronounced dead at the scene, WFOR reports. Miami police reportedly responded to the home multiple times throughout the year to disturbances and domestic issue reports, including one on Sunday, April 10th. According to WPGL, Joe Saint was placed on a stretcher and removed from the scene. Her statement on authorities was allegedly removed from the public response arrest report. The victim told WPGL he had reported Joe Saint to the Florida Department of Children of Families in the past. Joe Saint was reportedly arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. So she calls after the children are dead and she says, "I don't want them anymore." It's just a tragedy. It really is. We'll play a video here. Maybe. It's every single day CPS fails these kids. The laws must be changed. We must contact our local officials, our state officials, and really not accept what is going on here. It's just too much too late.
Because I have kids too.
A mother accused of killing her young children.
She seemed like her mind wasn't correct.
A father left holding pictures instead of his kids. The question tonight, what led to this tragedy at home? It's a story we first brought you as breaking news last night at 11.
Tonight, we know that the children were 3 and 5 years old. They were found bound and unresponsive in an apartment bedroom. Just hard to even say this. CBS 4's Ashley Dyer joins us with reaction to this extremely sad situation. Ashley?
It is extremely heartbreaking story, Lauren and Elliot. Tonight we are learning that police are very familiar with this house. They've responded here for several incidents involving domestic violence, trespassing, and several disturbances. But police say this is the first incident involving children.
Jeffrey and Laura.
A father shows up to the apartment building where police say his 5-year-old daughter Laura and 3-year-old son Jeffrey were found dead. The person accused of the heinous act, their own mother.
Your mother, how do you feel? Like, what is there? Is a devil in your head?
Police say 41-year-old Odette Wassaint called them last night.
We received several calls to 911 where they were calling, but she wasn't saying much.
When officers arrived to the house, the children's mother appeared to be having a mental episode.
One of the things that she did tell our officers is, "They're inside, go get them, I don't want them."
Inside, officers found her 2 children, bound at their wrists, ankles, and necks.
It was a little sweet and happy to me. I love this kid so much.
Police are still investigating what led to the murders, but say it's not the first time they've been to this house.
We've responded there numerous times.
This afternoon, Wasant appeared in front of a judge charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Count 1 for first-degree murder is no bond. Count 2, first-degree murder, no bond.
And that is Judge Mindy Glazer, and she is a amazing judge as well. There is a lot of mental illness in this country, in this world, and there are a lot of drugs in this world as well. And also, when you mix the two together, it can become a horrendous situation. So, very sad. So we will definitely keep you up to date on this horrendous case, for sure. It really is. It really is. So yeah, all right, guys. If anybody wants to come up on panel, you're welcome to come up on panel and voice your opinion on the things we have talked about today, or if you agree and or disagree, that is absolutely fine, as long as you are respectful. I was going to go over a little bit of the Andrew Hiltz case, not case, but I was going to talk a little bit about the trip, the very strange trip that they were allegedly going down there to move, but they put their good to see you, Complicated, all of their belongings in a U-Haul and keep it in a storage shed for 2 hours and turn around and roll back all the way to Gloversville. Speaking of the Andrew thing, is there anything off how Andrew Hiltz is Shannon's cousin? I don't know anything about that, to be honest with you. I did find a lot more of information about Andrew. He has a long criminal history. I really believe it was too, Brenda. When something doesn't make sense, there's generally a reason for something not to make sense. Levitt says it might be me, but something isn't right with that situation. No, I agree. Something was off. And also when you have a something like let me find it here. I'll show you guys. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Pull up this email. There's two different this is just one, but it seems like, does anybody know how many kids Andrew has? Thank you, Heather. I'm surprised. Because he has a good old tendency not to pay child support. 5. He loves to not pay child support. And that's another thing. I mean, like, for instance, if H would want to ever move in with him, being a minor, could he move in with him if he didn't pay child support? Yeah. You said it right. Have faith. 5 too many, yeah. Yeah. But we just need to show that, that Don and Candace aren't the only really crazy parents around here, Yeah, yeah, I have done a truth finder on him. There's more or less nothing to be, in the world, be in the world as long as he has, I mean, to not even have a parking ticket. It's, hard to believe. So, crap, where'd it go? All right, so, I mean, there's so many different judgments on him. People, I mean, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 judgments on just this page. Montgomery County Department of Social Services, Fulton County Department of Social Services, and of course, they're all Andrews. People of the state of New York. He's had, so many different warrants out for this. It's just been incredible. What qualifies you for the gifted class? Who's in the gifted class? Minors can live with parents who owe child support. Sometimes teenagers want to move. Okay. I don't know. But that's what I was asking. If if it was even possible that, I guess you could. I mean, I guess that's between the parents. But still, we should take care of our kids, right? Regardless. Because kids are not cheap. If H moves in with him full time, then Andrew don't owe or pay for the time he was with him. But why would Allison send her son to live with a man she had a one night stand with and never around the kid? That was a one night stand. I mean, you're 70, you never had a parking ticket and stuff, but I mean, you're probably not into, respectfully, all of the things that this man was involved with, right? You know what I'm saying? So, no worries. Okay, guys, I'm at an hour and 40. I think I've got a bunch of text messages with Andrew and Allie and all of that stuff, but it will throw you down a rabbit hole. That's about the children that went to Tennessee with that group. Have they all been accounted for? That's a very good question, Purple Sneakers. It's a very good question. You know, I've got I think actually Andrew did it the other, he put on his community post the other day something to the effect of, hello dear, thank you, 989, link. What link? Link to what, honey? Thank you so much. Very kind. Rick, I'll go see that, your Disneyland video. I'd love to see that. I hope you had a good time and everybody was safe. Yeah. I didn't think it was a one night stand either. I think they were together for a while. But, you know, Andrew put a, you know, there is a thing with panda bears and trafficking, you know, and he put on his community post the other day, this is something not to be made fun of. You know, you don't make fun of someone trying to like traffic people. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And he was like, you can buy this tumbler. We're selling panda tumblers for $20 or $30 or something like that. It's beyond anything of, it's not funny. It's not funny. And it's not funny when this little girl is missing. And it's not funny because his son is involved, you know, not involved as in some are missing. I'm not saying that, but he is involved around this case, right? So he, you know, H is a victim too in this. Thank you, little Texas. Good to see you, babe. Thank you. So it's yeah, he's involved enough, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think, and obviously, I don't think Andrew had anything to do with Summer going missing or anything. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But, you know, I mean, H has had so much trouble. You know, these kids have just, all of these kids have had to face so much, and they're kids. They're kids. You know what? Andrew's like only 34 years old. I just can't. You know, and he called me a slur, which yeah, he does look much older. Yeah, Marie, it may be, but yeah, trust me, these people will pervert something so, well, I mean, this is what it is. It's, you know, trafficking of, and, you know, children are innocent. Children are absolutely innocent. So it's just crazy What's your take on the info being released on the boys lately? In my opinion, totally wrong. Yeah, I don't think that. In my opinion, personally, it's a very tough situation. I don't think that nobody should be mentioning the boys as far as implicating them into something. You know what I mean? Thank you, dear. Thank you. Have faith in me too. You're very kind. But Andrew, he's just not, something's not up there. I think he's got like 27 million Facebook profiles, and one he's got like rebel flags and everything in it. It's just like, dude. Nobody always late. Nobody has ever showed the house that what they were supposed to move in. Nobody. And the reason they say is because they're still working on it with, like, there's a lawsuit or something, and it's been how long? Oh, thank you, Chemistry Queen. Love you too, honey. Thank you. Yeah, and the teardrop. What do you think? Should I get one right there, guys? People be like, what? Yeah, it's, kids are innocent, and these kids have been through enough. They've been through enough. They don't need to go any through more. Yeah, I mean, releasing information about any kids, you just can't. It's just not, in my opinion. It's something that I don't think so. I don't think so, because they can't even take care of themselves. If you don't brush your own teeth, how the hell are you going to tell your kid to brush them? Yeah. So I shouldn't go with the teardrop. Yeah, I'm not going to tattoo my face. I'm totally kidding. Something. I know this girl, and she was freaking beautiful, and she got like a tattoo around right here, like right here. It's like, it kind of goes, and I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? Ain't seen you in a while. And she's beautiful, but all I notice on her is that freaking tattoo when I talk to her. You're very kind. Thank you, Snow. What about the place they moved out of? Thank you, Denise. I was trying to find that comment. Thank you, Feta. That's right, Complicated. And these things stay out forever on the internet. It's here forever. Heather, you're so funny. I want a piercing on my chin or top of lip. Hey, listen, you do you. I mean, it's her face, you know what I mean? She can do what she wants to with it, but thank you, Marie. You're very kind. Yeah. I don't know. It's there's just something not right with that trip. My opinion is I feel like Candace and Dawn was in Utah, and even though Candace legally couldn't sell the property, I think she was going to try to do like a rent to own or even rent out the house so she could rent something somewhere else. So, oh, thank you, Julie. I will be starting another channel soon. It'll be a kind of like a gardening channel. If you like house plants and outdoor stuff, and you like learning about plants and all of that. So, and I'll teach you how to propagate some plants and all of that. I will be selling a few different little plants here and there. If you're interested, just let me know because I have a greenhouse. So yeah, I'll be getting that started hopefully by next week. I know, Robin. It's really hard to do these cases with kids, but I feel like we have to protect everyone in our society. But the reason I do, a lot of the children's cases and stuff is because we have to protect the most vulnerable people in our society, which are kids, disabled people, right? Mentally, physically disabled, elderly, those kind of things. So, True Gal, you need a greenhouse, girl. When the pandemic happened, so many people got into house plants and stuff then, so it was really cool. But yeah, if you like, oh, thank you. I hear circus music. Thank you, dear. You guys are so good to me. I really appreciate it. Very humbled. Thank you. But yeah, we have to protect the most vulnerable people in our society. Snow, do you have a lot of plants? Because I have, for me, actually, what I like to do, I like to propagate plants. That's what I really like to do. I love to have a plant and then I can make 500 out of one plant, right? That's okay, Vet Girl. Thank you for being here. That's awesome. Listen, if you grow your own food, if you can, even if you can only grow 2 tomato plants and something else on your balcony, grow it. It's better for you. You get the joy of just watching something grow from a seed to, to having the fruit, the veggies, anything like that. Yeah, I will do a little tour of my green. I mean, I don't have a big greenhouse. My greenhouse is maybe like, I don't know, 30 foot by 15 or 10. I don't know. It's not big, but I would love to have like a humongous greenhouse one day. No, Plant Diva, it's not hard. It's not hard. Yes. Good. I'm so glad. Propagation is cool and fun to watch. Absolutely. Everything homegrown is the best, in my opinion. So, I know I look a little high maintenance, maybe you could say, but I'm actually not as high maintenance as what people think probably I am. So you'll see me really sweaty and really dirty out in the yard probably. And that's the time I enjoy the most, to be honest. So I see you's laughing at me. It's amazing. My son is growing his own beans and chili plants. And Mama has her own greenhouse with plants. They are growing tomatoes, onions, sunflowers, basil, thyme for my chickens. Oh, that's good. Chickens love that kind of stuff. They do. Peppers are easy to grow too. Yes. Yes. I love it. So awesome. And it's almost, it is technically spring. My kids started, today was the first day of Easter spring break. So we're off for like 10 or 11 days. And yeah, we'll be doing a lot of things outside. So cool. I would, but I don't like spiders. You know what you do when you see a spider? I see you. Let me show you. That's what you do. Sorry for people who had headphones on. Oh my god, I forgot. Okay. His channel will be justified. Ooh, I like that, girl. You good at marketing. How about that? We may do that. I see. You know something? My husband, he's like 6'1", and he exercises a lot. And he's rather muscular. And he's petrified of spiders. Petrified of spiders. They're all petrified of bugs in my house. And I'm not scared of bugs. I'm not scared of spiders. I'll hit it with my shoe. I don't like bees. I love bees, but I don't like them coming at me though. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, you could call it Justin Sweats. You can't be a gardener and be afraid of bugs. Yeah. I'm petrified of snakes, though, good grandma. Can't do the snakes. Nope. Nope, can't do the snakes. U.S. country, Southwest PA girls, all about some gardening, back breaking, laying off rows in our garden. I have done it for years. Teachers, great work. Yes. Thankful. Me too. Me too. Thank you, Lana, for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. I really thank you tremendously. Thank you. Well, if I see a snake, I will look like I got the Holy Ghost. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna look like I got the Holy Spirit. Because I probably do. I'll just tell you that. Even though I realize snakes have a function and that they still freak me out. Yeah. Lip locked, I agree. Holly, I know it's not politically correct to say, but I chop their heads off too. So if I can get near one. Oh, thank you, always late. Thank you. You're very kind. I appreciate it. It's not hard to be. It's not hard to be kind. You just have to just treat people how you want to be treated. That's it. Oh, St. Mo, you be careful, honey. Love ya. Take care. I'll talk to you later. I'll probably see you on Dolly Vision later tonight. You need the Holy Spirit one say, hey, listen, I don't want the Holy Spirit with snakes in the church, though. Okay, I'll say that. Anthony Todd found guilty. I was watching Anthony Todd's confession last night, or when they took him down. And what a case. What a case. Yes, be careful, hon. Be careful in your drive. Hey, Inga. How are you, my love? Yeah. Heather, I'm going to use it. I think that's what I'm going to use it. I love it. Never forget my mom picking blueberries and seeing a snake, and there were all blueberry, and there went all the blueberries picked. Yeah, yeah. I was raised on a very big farm, and my father and my grandfather were tobacco farmers. So, but we also had fields and fields of other stuff as well. But yeah. So I've seen a lot of snakes in my day. Good. Make sure you plant a garden this year if you can. Just plant a couple tomato plants or something. And I'll show you guys some really cool ways to plant things that you may have never even thought of. So it'll be cool. Yeah. All right, guys, we are at 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 22 seconds. So it's time for me to get out of here. And, oh, Nan, you've done it. Yeah. Well, the good thing was when I was little, that's when they sold their tobacco, their tobacco license, I guess you could say. And so I didn't have to cut tobacco or anything like that, but thank God. Heather, Justin, you talk to me. I think I will get that chocolate peppermint. Good. Yeah, the chocolate peppermint's good. I also have it's called, what's it called? Pineapple peppermint. I have a pineapple peppermint as well. So, all right. Well, I'll show it. Thank you. Good seeing you, hon. Thank you, Sonia. Good to see you. I just seen you. Good night, Jackie. Good night, everyone. God bless you. Thank you for being here. If you guys haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's a free way to help the channel out, and it does a lot for the channel. So I would really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for being here. Go subscribe to Angels Talks Too Fast. You will love her. We was just talking tonight and about Tim Mullins and all that, but it's really important. She does some really important work, and there's very few people on YouTube that does it as good as she does, in my opinion. So God bless you all. Good night. Take care. God bless. Bye.